now tuned in to the Premier Hotspur TV. Sit back, get involved, comment away, because we are live.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Premier Hotspur TV. It's your man Simon, North of England's biggest Spurs fan. Yes guys, we are back again tonight with a match preview. It's Tottenham versus Manchester United, the biggest game of the weekend. And it's Ollie versus Nuno in this sack race. Who's going to win it? Who's going to lose it? Who's going to get sacked? We'll dive straight into it, Matt. And co-host Matt, back again. How's it going, mate?
Yeah, all good, mate. Obviously, well, I wouldn't say good win the other night, but we got through. That was the main thing, and yeah, no, I'm all good, to be fair. I'll say I'm looking forward to tomorrow's game, but I'm not at all. So yeah, I'm sure. But yeah, you never know, do you?
God, yeah. We always. It's the hope that kills us, Matt. That's the problem with football club. And during the week against Burnley, Matt, we looked all right. We looked solid at the back. We did. We had a little chat net on the Paxton.
We did, yeah.
Do you know what? I text Sam after that streamer. I said to him, "Sorry about that, pal. It's been a bit flipping trying to get up for games and up for streams. It's just not been. I can't get myself motivated for it's the way we're playing at the minute. I just can't. I really can't. But hopefully I can get ourselves back. But we won the game against Burnley. I mean, we just bossed it really, innit? We kept hold of play and
well, we should have.
Well, innit? Defender was solid at the back and
but they didn't. I mean, they didn't really give us any problems.
Didn't really threat today, didn't really. But this will be another test.
Apart from the last sort of 10 minutes, they parts like pumping the ball in the box. But I thought, even Davinson Sanchez, I thought he played, really well the other day, and he dealt with stuff aerially really well. Actually, so did Ramiro. So yeah, solid at the back. But I don't think the worry's at the back. I think it's in the final third for us. It's just not clicking.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. We are meant to have a United fan on Bits and Bobs. I have sent him the link, so he may jump on. He may not be. I don't know if he's busy or not. But let's say hello to people in the chat. We had talk. THFC left us a message earlier. Nuno will be sacked. I think United will win, even how bad they are at the moment. We are worse. I'm going 3-1 United. And we've got Derek. Evening, guys. Evening, Derek. Thanks for coming in, pal. Hope you're all good. We've got this fella. Nuno will win, but he has to change his tactics, which must be based on playing deep. Thank you for coming in, pal. Bye-bye, Nuno. Bye-bye. Chris from Leicester Till I Die. Thank you for coming in. Absolutely fantastic. I just literally watching a few minutes of your one there, Chris. And big thumbs up. I was about to text, but you've gone off. So thanks for commenting there, mate. Thank you very much.
Cheers, Chris.
And get over to Chris and Letter Till I Die. Absolutely fantastic channel. Show him some love over there, guys. Adam, yes, lads. Tough one tomorrow. Not expecting much, to be honest. Matt, I did have a few questions for Bobs, for Bits and Bobs. Let's just delve into just a few. Let's this one here, mate. Let's just go on over to United side at the minute, mate. What's your feeling about going into the game and Ollie in general? That was the question for Bits and Bobs, but you probably can give some answer. I mean, on the Ollie situation at the minute. How bad is this United team? Is it his fault or is it the players' fault? How United are setting up at the minute? They've got battered against Liverpool 5-0 at home. Do you know what? I don't think since I've been watching football, seen United be beat like that at home.
easy as well, wasn't it? Like, it was easy.
Against Liverpool, we put 6 past them, but I think that's just a one-off freak thing. Player sent off, and that changed the game.
Yeah.
But a Liverpool side going there and just literally just rolling these Man United. So what's your feelings, mate? About United at the minute, the way they are playing, and Ollie in general. Is he the right man for this United team?
I don't think he's done, overall a terrible job. I think they're in the same sort of situation that we're in, sort of at this moment in time, where they just finished with Jose Mourinho. The players were lost their attacking way, and a lot of players, were a bit down in the dumps and lost their confidence. I think you can see it with some of our squad as well. And Ollie obviously came in, played the Man United way because he's a former Manchester United player. I think he took the shackles off. Something that I don't think Nuno has done so far. Yeah. In terms of Ollie, I think he's had his time. I don't think he is good enough. I don't think he's good enough for what Man United need. Go back to the Europa League final last year. They lost that. They should have beaten Villarreal with the squad they've got. There aren't really many excuses, this season, and people complaining, at the Glazers and the board of Manchester United. They've bought you Sancho, Varane, Pogba's, players like that. I'd probably swap with their board for, with our board. They can have ours and we'll have theirs, because at least we'll be buying, good players. I think there is a good squad there. I just think tactically he's a bit. I don't think he's got a clue, to be honest. As soon as he goes a goal down, I think he struggles. But if he goes a goal up, he knows what to do. But yeah, I mean, he's not an horrific manager, but I just think with every manager, there comes a time where you have to, after a performance like that, you either, we'll see tomorrow if they're fighting for him, or so they'll either sink or swim for me. But I don't think he's done, a horrific job, but I think the pressure's been built more because they've finally got Varane, they've finally got, Sancho, who they wanted.
Yeah,
but
this is it, Matt. The United fans will be looking at that, and they were buzzing. They were buzzing at the summer transfers about getting Varane and getting Sancho in, getting Ronaldo back. You know what I mean?
I'd probably say they had the best window for me in terms of those free signings: Varane, Sancho, and Ronaldo.
To me, Sancho, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Man City won't let talent like that go. If there was a big talent in them, he done it in Germany. Germany, I've always said it. It's not a great league. You take a couple of them teams out that lead them. It's not a great league in my eyes. And it just goes to show, Matt, he hasn't adapted to this Premier League so far, has he? No. He's finding it hard, mate. He really is. But to me, he's still got age on his side. He's still young, and I think I believe he'll probably get it going. But I mean, it's not too looking good. Varane was a good signing, solid defender. He hasn't been lived up to the heights yet for United. I've seen more with him. Ronaldo's Matt, and Ronaldo, he'll go into any league and he'll bang goals. And he's such a fit lad, and
one thing
in fitness wise, he's incredible. He's an incredible athlete. I mean,
you can't rely on him to if he wants to play a pressing game, Ollie, which is what he tried against Liverpool. You can't have someone like Ronaldo because he's not going to press. He can't do that all game. I don't care how fit he is. He doesn't have that. He conserves himself for the big chances and his movement. That's what he relies on. That's how he's adapted. His game over the years. He's gone more centrally. He knows timing of the runs.
Go on, mate.
He obviously knows timing of the runs, and he can finish if he gets chances. But if they want to play more of a pressing game, I'd probably say they need to play him and maybe someone like Cavani, who will run around a bit, and press. Yeah. You saw it against Liverpool. Only 2 or 3 of the players tried to press, but then as soon as Liverpool beat the pathetic press they tried, they're through on goal. It was
The
1,
thing
2,
is,
3
thing is,
passes and in.
Liverpool weren't great, were they? They weren't great
I
against.
don't think they were fantastic. You know,
They didn't have to get out of second gear, did they?
no.
Really?
I
I
mean,
mean, it's
if you
such a
look at
poor
the
United performance.
and United had chances. Like Bruno Fernandes had the first chance of the game and he hit it
Yeah,
over the bar.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
another day he scores that. But yeah, I think it's just their form they're in at the moment. Hopefully it continues into tomorrow, but we'll see.
Evening, Ditch Kane, big up, guys. Loving your work. Absolutely fantastic,
Thank you,
mate. Thanks for the nice comment, friend. Thanks for keep supporting the channel. Derek says, big up, Leicester till I die. Absolutely. Ian from work. Yes, Ian. Nuno sacked. Si, happy Man City FC fan here. Big up, Ian. Big up. Big old Ian at the box. Leicester till I die. Chris, to be honest, I don't think either manager will go tomorrow. And yours has to give Nuno.
I think that's meant to say Spurs, and Spurs
Yeah,
have to give
Spurs
Nuno
have to give Nuno longer, don't you?
I've already heard they've come out with reports saying even if we lose tomorrow, he's still going to be in a job. So.
Oh, mate, I've heard these stories are coming out now saying now the club have accepted that it's going to take years. It's going to take years to peak again. Yeah. I mean, the new cycle, they called it. That's what they called it. It's a new cycle, and they know it's going to take years to peak again. How worrying is that? Absolutely.
The thing is, I don't think we're miles off. I think if we can defend like we have been, we just need to get our bloody attack going.
Absolutely. Talk to HSC's in the house. Big up, lads. Thank you very much. Harry Kane will score against Manchester United tomorrow. Let's see. Ian, Ollie 2, Spurs. Ollie to Spurs side. No chance. No chance. Oh, dear. How Ollie has lasted this long, it's beyond me. Absolutely. Alex Ferguson apparently has got involved. He's had a massive say apparently in this. And he's been saying, listen, it took me a few years to start winning big trophies here. Give Ollie time. And let's see, because him and Ollie really get on well. And Leicester till I die says, big up Derek Hudson, hi mates. Digits Kane say, honestly, what I would do with Nuno, I would sack him in December and sign Marcelo. Is his Gallardo? Gallardo on the free. Oh yeah, that River Plate in Argentina. Yeah,
completely different. It's completely different league.
No, not at Darling, but completely. Yeah, absolutely. Tomorrow's loss, Levy should fire Nuno. Then hi to Adam. Ollie treats Van der Beek like it's this guy needs to he needs to go in it. He needs to go and find somewhere.
I'd love to have Van der Beek.
And Derek Hutchison, 4-1 United, Nuno out. Wow. Oh dear. Yes, big up Neil from work. If Spurs win tomorrow, then Nuno will be a hero and Ollie will be on his way. Yes, Neil, he'll be some sort of hero, but
even if he wins tomorrow, if it's 1-0 or like not convincing, I'm still going to be exactly the same as I was. I'm still not going to be like 100%.
Yeah,
into
absolutely.
It's the play style for me. It's
it
has to improve.
It has to change as well, Matt. Yeah, we've got to see a more of attacking approach. I mean, and against United, I don't think we'll see it seriously tomorrow night, mate. I see he'll play a bit of defensive against United, and he'll probably show him too much respect. Adam says our attack is sloppy, and Paul says, "Good evening, lads. Good evening, Paul. Thanks for coming in, pal." So yeah, my finish on that is, I think Ollie's out of his depth. I think he can't manage big egos, can he? I don't think he can handle them, and I don't think he's getting the best out of them either. Some of these players, and to me, I think he's hanging on by his loyalty to the club and it as a player, and I think he's a fan favourite. He's a Fergie favourite, and that's how he's lasted, guys, in his job for long. Even if we beat them tomorrow, I can't see them still sacking Ollie. They would have sacked him after the Liverpool game. You know what I mean? So to me, saying if he loses this one, I can't still see them sacking. Even if Tottenham lose, I can't still see us sacking Nuno after what's been said today, Matt. Isn't it? I mean, it's apparently a new cycle.
I mean,
It would take years to peak.
It would have to be a loss of like 4 or 5 games in a row, I think.
Absolutely. We got Lewis saying, I feel the likes of Ronaldo, Bruno, Rashford can run rings around our defence. I don't trust them. I'm not. Romero's been really good. Romero's been really, really good. I still have worries over Dyer and Sanchez. Yes, they have been better this season. I can't lie. Sanchez was great against Burnley midweek after that one little slip up in the second half late. But I think overall, me personally, he was up. He can match Romero's performance against Burnley. I think he was quite good.
Like you say, if he can cut out his mistakes, he'll be a brilliant centre back.
I've seen a couple of comments from like Arsenal fans and a couple other fans, Matt, and saying how solid Spurs did look against Burnley. They just looked really well drilled, really well set up defence wise, but great football's not there still, Matt, is it? That attacking football. So guys, so if you're still in the chat, guys, keep your comments coming, guys. Smash the like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and share this channel out, guys. Get it out there. Matt, we'll get some team. We'll get into the team news, mate. Spurs. Still Session. What's going on with this player, Matt? Session. It's always a knock. Seriously, what is this knock? If I took a knock, it'll probably take me a couple of days. Depending how bad it is. I mean, this guy's had a knock for about a year. What's going on with this guy, Matt?
Don't know. Because obviously he played at Hoffenheim most of last season, didn't he? And somehow he stayed reasonably fit for that. I don't know, mate. I think sometimes you just gotta.
Is this just some sort of stunt by Spurs, just saying he's got a knock, there's something wrong with him, but he's really just been frozen out?
Maybe I can't see him being too frozen out. I think he would kind of suit our. Well, he could be another left winger or left wing back. He's very versatile. That's what I would say. But I think sometimes when he keeps getting injured and it just keeps happening, I think you got to cut your losses. To be honest.
Absolutely, and we got Brian Hill. We got a thigh injury. It was sad to see him getting down like that against Burnley. They took him off at the right time.
I'm thinking it's not as bad as first feared. Because obviously he sat on the bench. He didn't go straight down the tunnel.
Me personally, I don't think it's just. He was holding his back. He's holding his hammy, innit? And I thought it was his hand thing at first.
He's got to get used to the physicality, isn't he? I think he's taken maybe a bit of a knock or a bit of a strain.
I think he's taken a. It's more of a strain, isn't it, Matt? He's been hit in it. He's been like kneed or something, and that takes a couple of days. It depends how hard it's been hit. You know what I mean? And if it's in the fight, it does that does give you more of a dead leg, isn't it, Matt? More.
Yeah. Mate, but I mean, I don't think he would have started anyway. But it'd be nice to either see him on the bench. But we do have a game next Thursday as well.
But saying that, Matt, he's questionable on Brian Hill. That's what I've asked for. Questionable. It is questionable. He's definitely out. So he may be on the bench yet. See how he recovers. So got a couple of comments there, but we'll get back to them. Into United side. Pogba, Matt. This guy really frustrates me. He's an absolute top talent. Pogba. On his day, he's probably one of the best midfielders in the world. And on another day, he could be down there with one of the worst. Matt, he's so hit and miss. So hit and miss. He's got abundance of talent. He reminds me of some sort of like Tungi and Dombele sort of type.
Yeah, with a bunch of similar, aren't they?
Yeah, they're both French as well, so it must be a French thing. A bit of a lazy approach, isn't it, to their play? But I said Pogba has hurt us in the past. You know what I mean? We know what Pogba and I think to me that's a bigger miss to United. I think that's a bigger miss. I think that's a great miss for us. I think that's to be a really plus side because he always turns up in these sort of games, Matt. Pogba.
Yeah. Well, he did it. He did. He done a. can't remember when we played him, but he did a lovely bit of skill, and I think he won a penalty. He kind of did that skill move where he come inside, rolled the defender. I think Aurier tripped him over, and then it was a penalty United. And he came on in the second half of that game and completely changed it. I think it's a big plus that obviously he's missing, because I do think on his day, like you say, it caused us a lot of problems.
He does, mate. He's Ollie, as we know, mate. Ollie's days a handful, and he doesn't show it too. But so that's a miss for United. I really do. And they got Dalalo, thigh injury. It's questionable. Martial is lacking fitness. Apparently, he's questionable as well. We've got some comments here, Matt. Let's get into his comments here. Deirdre says, I don't understand the hate on Roden. The kid is good, but he didn't get any game time in the Premier League and didn't have the chance to build any chemistry with him. Yeah. I think the hate to against Roden lately, I think it's been just over the top, Matt. I don't know what you feel about it, mate.
I like him as a player.
He's young. He's young. He needs to learn.
I think he needs to go out on loan to another Premier League team.
Maybe, Matt.
He's not going to be playing for us, is he? Really, I don't think anyway.
Absolutely.
But I do think he's a solid player. I think he's more one for the potential sort of future. But
we always say this, Matt.
We always say that.
This future is massive at Tottenham, isn't it? It's a big future. This one. I don't know how long it can go on for. This is a big future. And we say it about too many players at this football club, Matt. But just look at like Romero. He's come in. He's an Argentine. He's coming from the Italian league. And me personally, I did thought we won't see the best of him for a good run of games. But he's coming straight away, mate. He's hit the ground running.
Yeah.
And that's what a bit of a quality player is. You know what I mean, he's got that quality about him. And it would be nice, as what Dietrich's saying, play more with Romero. And he could turn into a good defender, but he's still young. And that's why it's not like he's like 26, 27 and he's still not adapted, Matt. Do you know what I mean? To me, he's still young and he's got a lot of time ahead. And I think you're right there, Matt. I think go out on loan. I think that'd be a good choice.
I think the problem is because Romero's so new to the league, I think Nuno's gone with one of Dyer or Sanchez because they've played in the league a lot longer and played like bigger games. And apparently Dyer can speak Argentinian, Portuguese and Brazilian. So that does help for communication reasons. Whereas communication is massive, for a centre-back partnership.
Of course it is, of course.
I'm sure Roden will, get his time. I think he's just got to play well in the cups and not make, silly mistakes and just keep doing what he's doing. He'll get in there eventually, but, it's a squad game at the end of the day. And, sometimes you can't always start a game. You just got to... But he's never come out and moaned, does he? You never hear any reports of him leaking anything to the press.
He hasn't moaned, does he? And
I think he just gets on with it, to be honest.
Yeah. And to me, when he first come in, I saw some ability there. I saw he is a good defender. But he's
old school as well, and he's an old school defender for me.
Yeah. And he reminds me of Romero a bit. But he ain't got the composure on the ball yet, that one, Romero. But he's like Romero's sort of an old school as well. I mean, he's a hard hitter, isn't it?
Yeah, he's a mix. He's a mix of old school and new school.
Yeah, he lets that. Do you know on Sunday League, Matt? Do you know? Because I used to manage at that level as well, and I used to tell my defenders, hit that striker from the word minute, go boom, hit that striker, let them know you're there. And that's what Romero does, isn't it? And that's what Roden does as well. Hits straight from the way, and that striker goes, "Oh, I'm not going nowhere near him." I mean, and that's what the sort of defender he is. He's as I said, he's an old school defender with a lot of talent. Paul says, "I forgot what it felt like to celebrate a goal on Wednesday night when we weren't actually losing in that game and fighting to equalise." Do you know what, Matt? Do you know what, Paul? As I said, I told Sam after the stream, it's hard to get up these days.
I didn't celebrate.
I was watching it and I thought, the same as you, Matt. I was scored, And because do you know why? Because I was waiting for them to equalise. Because I thought this ain't going to last. And this is how it's gone at the minute. And I want to get back into confidence, breathing confidence in
but
Spurs.
we got to. I need to see performances. I need to see a convincing more than one goal performance.
Yeah.
We almost need that catalyst to go, a big game catalyst sort of to go to the next. We need something like that.
Absolutely.
Tomorrow's a big chance for that, but
yeah. With Pogba out, we need to win the midfield battle. Skip and Højbjerg need to be physical. Yeah, because Højbjerg, you know what? I haven't been impressed with him over the last couple of games.
He's been a bit sloppy this
season.
He
has been sloppy. I will call him out. But Skip's been the one who's been backing him up. You know what I mean? With a couple of good, strong performances.
Yeah.
To me, there's not enough. It's not enough creativity or in there. Just they're both hard. They're both hard hitters, isn't it? Crunching tackles and.
Yeah.
But with each range of passing, I want Skip to do that more. That range of passing, he's got an eye for pass. This guy, and so is Pierre as well. You know what I mean, when he set up the goal the other day, you know what I mean.
Well, then they need to progress it forward quicker, don't they? So then we can get our creative players into the game. And you just got to hope that whoever it is, whether it's Lo Celso or Ndombele, are on it on the day,
Yeah, absolutely.
I do think it will be a chop and change between them two. Whoever kind of wants it more will get it. It might be one of those ones where, Ndombele has a bad game and then Lo Celso comes in and, maybe they're going to compete with each other. Maybe it could be a good thing, but I don't know. It is a problem. It is a massive problem, creativity.
Last night, too, said, I like the thumbnail. This is going to be such a crucial game. Yeah, nice one. It took me a while. I was looking for one, and I thought it took me a while to actually decide what background should I use and things like that. And it was and finding the right pictures as well. So it did take me a while to get. But thanks for that, Das. Nice one, pal. Toxic headshot. Big up, guys. Toxic, thank you very much, pal. I was not happy with the reports regarding Nuno, but I don't believe it. He will be gone soon. Do you know what, Toxic? I wouldn't be surprised, but if it is true and that they're not going to take a serious approach if we do lose this United game, and they think it's a brand new circle for us. It's a brand new recycle what we're doing, and it's what's happened at this club. And it's going to take years to peak. Them words is horrible. It's horrible to hear. I really do. But thanks for your comment, matey. District says I love Kane, but he shouldn't play tomorrow because we need that high press versus Maguire and Lindelof. Because Varane's not playing tomorrow. For some reason, I don't know what's going on there.
Is he not?
That's what Liverpool and Leicester did.
Has that been confirmed?
Well, I was speaking to a United fan today, and he's saying that Varane, will not play tomorrow. But I heard he's back in training, and Martial. He's back in training, but apparently he's not. He's still 50-50. He's got to take a late fitness test before the game.
No, we know what that means then.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for your comment there, matey. Neil from work. Yes, Neil. I think if you can keep Fernandes quiet and United's defence play like they did against Liverpool FC, you should walk away with a massive win. Wow.
Problem is we're not attacking like Liverpool. We don't have that. We haven't got that literally ruthlessness about us at the moment. Otherwise, but you never know. It could.
We've got the other end, didn't it? We've got a real good at the minute. Nuno, I have to admit, he has that defence looks solid at the minute. It doesn't like it's conceding many goals. It's the other end. We've got the talent. This is what frustrates me, Matt. It really has. We've got one of the best strikers in the world, one of the best wingers in the world, and we still can't score over one goal. But it may be temporary because I do say that, mate. Form is temporary, past is permanent, mate. And I think the class will shine through eventually.
Yeah, but
And it could be this game. It could be this game, mate. And
it
it can
could
turn up.
be. You know, you have to supply them with chances, though.
Yeah,
You know, so
absolutely.
it can't all just be down to him. You know, the problem is when he doesn't get the ball, he just drops deeper and deeper because he wants to pick up the ball and have touches and try and create because he thinks, right, well, no one else is doing it. I've got to do it. Problem is we need him to stay forward, so we need to get him the ball as much as we can higher up the pitch and get him the ball and put deliveries into the box. You know, I don't want to see us just keep playing through the middle. I think we need to stretch him tomorrow.
I think he needs to switch the tactics about again, mate.
Yeah, I think play
But
the full.
I think he will go with the 4-2-3-1 again, mate.
Yep.
I really do.
Yep.
I think he has.
I
He
definitely
has to.
suits us,
As
but he
someone said
has.
in the comments there, we'll go at United and press them
Yeah.
hard, press them fast.
And I think take some risks. You know, play the fullbacks a little bit higher.
Yeah.
They're not slow. They can get back. So, you know, and if Emerson bombs on or Region bombs on, Skip or Højbjerg can cover it. You know, that's what their position is. You know, they'll fill in.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. Neil, thanks for your comment, mate. Fantastic. Thank you very much, pal. Lewis says, guys, I'm worried about inconsistency. Against Aston Villa, we saw some promising flow. Against West Ham, we couldn't create a chance and no attacking flow whatsoever. Yeah, it is. That's the key, Matt. He is spot on there, mate, when he says inconsistency. Where we did look good against Villa, and against Newcastle as well. That's probably the best performance I've seen us play this season.
I don't know whether.
But then we go against West Ham and we get beaten, and I did say to people that was the turn that the test was against West Ham.
Yeah, but we had chances against West. I know it was in the second half we had nothing, but the first half we should have buried at least one. You know, I do think it's about being clinical. I think if that's Liverpool or the top teams, they are getting punished there. But yeah, you know, West Ham are obviously playing well at the moment as well. You can't really, deny that. Just beating City, knocked them out the cup. So, yeah, but it seems like if teams give us too much respect or time and space, we'll punish them.
Absolutely.
It's what Newcastle did and it's what Villa did. Also, Son kind of was on form.
This is an interesting one, Matt. I'll say it. Højbjerg will be a one-season wonder.
I don't agree with that.
Let's see, because it's happened before. And over the last couple of games, I have to admit, I'm not being really impressed with Pierre, but he has given some really good games. So could be just down to a bit of he's out of form at the minute. I mean, and
I think his attitude, and when you hear him talk, he's not the one who will just stop playing or. I don't think he'll let himself be a one-season wonder. I think he'll be. I think he will get consistent again. Yeah, it's hard, I suppose, because it's been 2-3 different managers now. He's had Mourinho, then he had Mason, who might be telling him different things, and now you got Nuno. So it must be hard for all the players, I suppose. But I mean, it's not an excuse. They had a pre-season, so. But yeah, I'm sure Højbjerg will come back.
Absolutely. And Dar says, the team's in a slump when Dyer isn't looking too bad. Yeah, slump as you going forward, Dar. Defensive wise, we are looking quite decent. We are looking quite solid. We just can't score more than one goal at the minute. And we don't know where the goals are coming from next. And it's weird saying that because when you've got the likes of Kane and Son on Dombele,
Hill, Bergwijn, Moura. Like, it's not a bad attacking lineup, is it?
But this goes to show, Matt, some of these are not up for it.
No.
In consistency, and especially the Celso, mate. This player
really irritates me. I mean, even Moura. I mean, his goal the other night, that was his first goal since February. That's not good enough for me. That's inconsistent, February. He played a lot of games since then, so no, players like that have to start chipping in. Like I say, I don't think we can rely on Kane and Son this year. I think everyone needs to, chip in. I mean, what might help us is we actually get better at set pieces. because we've got tall players.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
sometimes, you know, all these big teams, you know, cities and stuff, when a game's very tight and you need to open the scoring, it's a corner, it's a free kick, it's a, you know, a set piece, but we don't seem to really be able to do much with them. It's frustrating.
I don't know why. Because we have got the hype from there. We have got dominating players, big defenders, and and it's not like we've got nothing to attack these free kicks.
No.
And we don't score enough, do we, from the corners? Oh, very rare, Nick. It's very rare.
It's brilliant when we score from a corner. I'm like, flipping hell, we've scored. Scored a corner. You know, set pieces, you know, free kicks. I none of them can take them, can they? I mean, I don't know if you saw that training video the other day of Son curling the 2 free kicks in the top corner. It was on Twitter, I think. It was.
Yeah.
Why can't he ever go at free? Because Kane can't bloody take them.
I just think we're cursed with free kicks, mate. I thought we could bring Cristiano Ronaldo. I think was just cursed of hitting the flipping barn door.
Well, that's what Bale was good at, wasn't he? I mean, most of his free kicks last season were on target. He got them over the wall.
Oh, but no one wanted him back. Everyone.
I think people are regretting that now. People are regretting that now. We could seriously do with someone like that now.
Absolutely, yeah. Aaron, thanks for coming in, pal. Hoiberg, 1 season wonder? ? Nonsense. We haven't even seen the best of him at Spurs yet. Watch him for Denmark. He oozes class, Matt. I'm not saying he's. We don't know. He is a good player. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
he's a good player. What makes me laugh as well, Matt, when people say, "Oh, he could be our leader" and all that. For me personally, no. I would love to still give it to Harry Kane if we were going to take the captaincy off Hugo and give it to Kane. Me personally, I can see where I'm coming from. He's that sort of general you need in midfield, isn't it? But it's been off the mark.
I'm not sure if Kane's the voice in the dressing room, to be honest. Not at this moment, anyway.
But Aaron, thanks for coming in, matey. And we've got Lewis saying we clearly have no set piece tactics. Have you noticed every time we have a free kick and always pass short? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, always pass. Or they have we hit the wall. With the free kicks, we smash the wall all the time. It's like
we either hit the wall, or hit the first man on the corner. Just like, oh, fuck's sake!
Jesus Christ!
Get it in the mixer.
And Darcy, who is Spurs' best midfielder, to link the both from defence to the forwards? That's quite a good question, actually. I'll probably battle our brains here, Matt.
Ndombele's got the quality, but then
Ndombele's got the ability and the quality. Yeah, you're right, there, mate. To go from defence to forwards, Skip, he's got a good range of passing. Can he do it? I don't know. I'm not really seeing it.
I think it has to be
Højbjerg, can he do it?
He's got a couple of assists this season as well,
hasn't he? Season, yeah, but to me, with the ability, and if you're telling me one, I have to name one, may have to be Tungi, you know.
Yeah, or Lo Celso. I think Lo Celso can thread a pass, from what I see. But yeah.
Yeah, what we for Argentina, yeah, but not for Tottenham. The ball for Argentina.
I mean, that ball we played the other night to Kane, that was a great ball through, but Kane just sliced it. But
yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I'll go, Matt. I'll go Tungi, me personally.
Yeah, probably.
He can do it, but we'll see on that one. Paul says, is there actually a player who can cross a ball? Walker couldn't, but now can at City. Some trip.
I think Walker could cross, actually. I think he had a couple of assists on that last season at White Hart Lane.
What I'll say about that, mate, just watch this Emerson, you know.
Yeah, he's got a great ball in. When he gets the chance.
I think he's better than all round already, me personally.
Doesn't make as many stupid mistakes. He's
I
tall.
think he's not the best of defenders, but I
He's good
think
in the air. Very good in the air.
as you said, Matt, he's good in the air, and he doesn't make rash challenges, does he? Right? It seems like he stays on his feet. I mean, he defends well. I mean, he attacks well as well. He gets forward a lot,
Well, yeah,
them
from
passes he puts into the box, mate.
no.
That one for Mora, I went for the goal. I mean, so to
I
me,
feel like he's just being held back a bit. Like, don't
and
bomb forward, Emerson. But I can see a player in there that, he's an attacking fullback. You don't have a cross
I want
like
to see
that if
more
you're not.
from Regs, because Regs can
Yeah,
do it
he
as well.
needs to improve his delivery definitely because he can
Yeah,
get down the line, can't he? But
we've
his
seen it, Matt.
cross is
We've seen
normally
it.
shit.
Oh, we saw it last season, mate. He's a good player, Regs.
Yeah.
Richard, yes, Rich. I thought I used to hate Chelsea and Arsenal, but add West Ham to that list now. All their fans now think they are bigger than us. It's a joke. Yeah, they're having a good season, Rich. That's all I can say, matey.
They're not
Spurs
big.
1, United 3 tomorrow. I always get the results right.
Oh God.
Oh, hey, Mr. Tottenham here. Oh, the Mystic. I can call him Mystic Richard now. Seriously. Jesus Christ. Toxic says more players like Romero need to be signed to improve our system. Yeah, but apparently it's to take years now. Oh, it's to take years. Get strapped in, guys. Richard says West Ham are now beaten. Are now being taken over by billionaires, while we are stuck. Right, said Fred. Yeah, this Czech guy apparently he's bought a wall. He's looking at buying that
Yeah, he hasn't bought it yet. It's not been confirmed yet.
He wants 27% of this thing, but then eventually wants the majority of the club. So, and we'll see, Rich. We'll see, matey. Paul says, yeah, Emerson is a lot better coming forwards. Absolute agree. Yeah, Emerson, he looks a real good player at the minute. Consistency, that's what me and Matt and Dan. We need to see consistency from him. C says we owned by a billionaire who's only interested in profit. Absolutely. Yeah, totally agree. Darcy, maybe they need to go 3 at the back tomorrow so Reg and Emerson can get. Yeah, that's probably another one. Yeah, that's quite a good one as well. Played maybe Dyer, Sanchez and Romero and the 2 wing backs. I like to see it changed up because we're not seeing because Matt, as you said there, you want to see flanks, you want to see balls into the box and things like that, and that could be a good option, Matt.
I'd be a bit worried with Dyer and Sanchez on the pitch at the same time.
You know what, mate? I'm the Romero, mate. Seriously, I trust him with Romero. I really do. I said they're not the best of players, so annoying, and then they won't. I wouldn't say they're as bad as last year. I think they have had good performances, and so I said Sanchez the other night, mate. I think he matched Romero's performance. I really do. I think he was fantastic. Like we know what he can. He can do, mate. He's always got a bad game in him. So Dars, thanks for your comments there, matey. So Matt, what was it? Well, I was about to say this one. This one. Who's under more pressure going into this game? Nuno or Ollie?
It's difficult, isn't it? Because obviously we're both Spurs fans. I'd like to hear it from a neutral, I suppose. Someone who didn't support either. But I think I'd have to go Ollie. I think just because he's been absolutely whipped by his right. It's like us getting beat by Arsenal 5-0. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely.
I do think. I think they're both under pressure, sort of. Don't get me wrong. I think the pressure's been taken off a bit with these comments that have come out today about Nuno. Whether that it's all true comments, or whether they're just trying to settle it down to stop, media building up hype. If you know what I mean. But I'd have to go Ollie. I think just because of what they've bought and how much money they spent, kind of compared to us. I don't think there's any excuses, to be honest. I do think they have I do think they do have a top squad there. They've got enough good players. Maybe they need maybe another midfielder. They've got Donny van der Beek, who, I can't believe isn't getting in their team over, McTominay or Fred.
Unbelievable, man. It's a criminal, isn't it? It's a criminal. He's not getting a go, not getting a sniff, is he?
No, I mean, I think we'd love a midfielder like that in our team. I wouldn't mind Van der Beek. He could connect from defence to, midfield. I mean, destroyed us when Ajax played us, didn't he? So,
absolutely fantastic. Though.
Yeah, I do like him. There's no excuses there for me for United. I think he's under pressure more. I think Nuno, you could say, has got a bit less than Ollie's got.
Yeah,
way less, to be honest.
As I said on Paxton Road TV the other night, mate, I think Nuno winning that game against Burnley has bought himself probably another go, but a couple of games at least, even if he loses this one. If you lost against Burnley, going into this game, I would have said Nuno, me personally.
Yeah.
Because of the backing Ollie's got with Sir Alex Ferguson and with he's legendary status at United. I think that's what's keeping him at United at the minute.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking, United have about three. Yeah, I mean, United have about three different strikers, haven't they? We've got one. So I mean, that tells a story. You've got Martial, Rashford can play up front, Cavani, Ronaldo.
I'll go with Ollie, Matt, because as you said, they've got work to get to Liverpool. They've spent big in the summer.
Oh yeah,
right, and the fans are not having it, mate.
They
will not take nothing but a win tomorrow. So I think Ollie is under big pressure.
And United are probably one of the biggest clubs in the world. Probably still are I'd think they're the biggest anyway. From all around the world, everyone knows who Manchester United are. So I'm sure when they got beat 5-0, headlines around the world were very shocked. But yeah.
Absolutely.
I think we're in agreement. I think we'll go Ollie.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that one. Dietrich says Dyer is too slow for a back three, and Greenwood would have a feast versus him. We don't know. I respect your comment there, Dietrich, and I can see where you come from. Dyer is slow.
I think Dyer deserves a bit more respect, man. I actually don't mean I think he's been good this season. I think he helped out Romero a few times against West Ham when Antonio skinned him. Who was in there to get the block? Who was in there to cover? It was Dyer,
It's only because when he scored these terrible own goals and things like that, and I think people get on his back a bit too quick. So I'm not saying he's turned himself around. He's one of the best and things like that. No, but I think if you're going on performances, you got to give him credit too. But thanks for your comment, Dietrich. Thank you very much, pal. Adam says, I'd love to see how Tanganga would do with Romero. Yeah, I'd love to see Tanganga. Another one, which he's not getting much game time. Matt, I think he can do with going out on loan. Tanganga.
Yeah. I mean, how many did you send out on loan, though, of our depth? Jesus.
Yeah, but it's a sort of player, mate, that needs game time, Matt. I mean, because when someone gets injured, we expect someone like a Tanganga to come in and hit the ground running and be like a Romero. Do you know what I mean? It's just not happening. He needs game time. And Derek says Ollie. Derek agrees. Adam says, I'll say Ollie is just about under more pressure. Yeah, we agree with you, Adam, as well. And Derek, we think Ollie, just because that loss against United and the money they spent in the summer, and with Nuno just getting that win against Burnley, put us into the quarterfinals, brought him probably another couple more games. So
yeah, definitely.
So Ollie's probably more under the pressure. Darcy, I think Nuno is harder to find a coach for Man U. They're only sack for someone world class. Yes. I can't, even if Ollie loses this tomorrow, I can't see him getting sacked. I really can't. Sounds like Conte doesn't want to come halfway through the season, does he?
I think he said he would, but it's not ideal.
It's not ideal, yeah. Richard says a 4-4-2 formation. Loris, Nilsson, Romero, Sanchez, Reguilon, Mora, Dyer, Skip, Bergwijn, Son, Kane. Nuno out. Richard is in as manager. Yeah. Here you go, Rich. I'll give you the job.
Well, I mean, I'll give him the job. But I don't know who the hell Nelson is.
I think he's on about. I think he's on about Emerson.
No,
isn't
no, I'm only joking. I know who it is. Yeah,
he?
I'm just
Yeah,
thinking,
I
bloody
think it's,
Nelson. Is he a new one? New signing we didn't know about.
I
I wouldn't
agree
go
with him when he
4-4.
said Sanchez could with the pace in it, with the pace, because they're going to be pacing that pitch.
I don't trust
Red,
Bergwijn. I don't trust him.
I would not put Bergman in there. What's he trying to play
He's
here?
got no end product. He doesn't take on people. I just don't know what he does.
He's playing Dyer as a holding midfielder. Well, that's what it looks like. He's trying to put in with Skip.
Ooh, I don't mean
I don't mean
he's got the legs. He hasn't got the legs for that Dyer. That's why he got moved back to centre back because he can't play CDM anymore.
So what's he trying to play here? He's trying to play Loris. Is he? I think
be a back four, wouldn't it? And it would be Mora and Bergwijn left and right. Then you got Dyer and
no, you got Skip.
Where's the creative midfield?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't have Dyer and Skip because there's no one going to be progressing the ball forward.
Yeah.
I mean, you might as well just go for a 0-0 if you're going to play that. Well, I mean, you could. I mean, if it was me in a 4-4-2, I'd play Skip and maybe Ndombele or Skip and Lo Celso, someone like that.
Absolutely. Christopher says, according to the Evening Standard, Nuno Espirito Santo and his position at Tottenham Hotspur isn't under immediate threat, even if Spurs fail to beat. Yeah, I've seen that link there, Chris. Richard says Nuno's job will be safe as he's a yes man for Enoch. Yeah, this is why they bring him in. Adam says I think Dyer will drop off in the second half of the season. We'll see, Adam. We'll see, but it's still hindsight. It's still people's good opinions. And we do actually agree. We do actually take people's opinions on board, and let's hope he has a good season for Spurs' sake and his sake, really. Richard says United have a fantastic squad with loads of options. While if Kane gets injured, we have nothing. Yep, we've been saying, me and Matt have been saying for a long time about this. Maybe you guys could get Van der Beek on loan in a winter transfer. Just really need someone to provide good balls to Son and Kane, and he could be the man. I mean, he could be the missing link.
I don't see United loaning him out to a rival.
No. Sorry, Matt. Emerson Royale. Blaine William and for my mistake at fullback.
No problem,
Richard. So yeah, we do agree that Ollie is the one coming into this game under pressure. And here you go, Matt. How should we attack this game? And should we not underestimate an angry United side?
Well, I mean, I want a fast start. I want us to, I don't want us to, I feel like I'd like the same approach like we did to Chelsea, but I do think we'd have to be a bit more savvy in the amount of times we press. Because as you saw in the second half against Chelsea, we just got overrun because we were so bloody knackered. But I think, especially for the first 5 or 10 minutes, if we can, bombard them, get at them, they're going to be a bit down in the dumps. They're going to feel a bit less confident. So why don't you get the ball forward, get Kane or Son in behind and go at Maguire or Lindelof. See if you can win a free kick on the edge of the box. See if you can get a shot off early. Get the crowd on your side and we'll get it rocking and then, we'll go from there. But, we still have to be very, very wary of their counter-attack.
Yeah, absolutely. And I agree with Matt. I echo him what he says, and we can't underestimate this United side. I think they'll be an angry side, and there have been massive talks in there. Ronaldo, I think he'll be the main talker in there, Matt, in it, saying this is not good enough. We need to bounce back, not for ourselves, not for ourselves, but for the fans as well. Do you know what I mean? For the club.
I do think the thing with them is they're not a pressing team, so I wouldn't be that worried. I think they're going to come to counter attack. To be honest,
yeah, I think they're set up to counter attack United, and we need to, as what Matt said, we need to get the ball to Kane and Son
Yeah.
And let's test, as Matt said, let's test that keeper. Let's get shots away quickly. Let's get shots
Crosses
away
in
early.
the box. If we can get the crowd up early, if you get everyone off their seat, it's just going to add to the atmosphere.
And the atmosphere, I'm just hoping the fans go tomorrow. And if you're listening here, if you are going tomorrow, guys, get it rocking, mate. Get it rocking from the word go. Get it from the kickoff, even before the kickoff. Get that place rocking. Absolutely, because I have seen some other stadiums with this sort of stand. We've got our South stand, and these other, I think it was it against that Dutch team that stand, and they showed us how to flipping rock a stand like that. You know what I mean? But okay, it was a smaller stand, but they show us how to flipping celebrate in that end. You know what I mean? Even Palace. I mean, I watched the Palace supporters, Matt.
That's
The
rocking
big
there,
flipping flags. It was like watching just watching like the game at Anfield when
the problem is
before the game.
the club don't allow you to bring flags and banners in, so
It's a joke, mate. It's a
they
joke.
don't really have it. I liked it when we had the Champions League games, and you had the massive wall when it spelt "To dare is to do." Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Why can't we have that every bloody game?
Mate, seriously, just look at these sort of stadiums like the Dortmunds and things like that. Just look how wild and
they have their own.
loud
They have flags. They have their
flags everywhere, mate, and flipping everything's going off, mate. Seriously, that's intimidating the opposition.
Yeah.
Because if the opposition comes out of that tunnel, mate, and it's not really pumped, the stadium's not really pumped, and that just gives them a bit more of a better feeling. You know what I mean? But if they come out with
you're new now, and you say you love the word, the motto "To dare is to do." Well, why not go and ask the bloody chairman if you can have it? If you get those white bat or flags or what to spell it out, give everyone in that South stand one of them. You lift it up. We need a big game against United. I think it's a big game.
Thing is, just look at some of these clubs who've got the ultra fans in it. The ultras, you know what I mean? Big fucking flags and then I mean, it just looks, I mean, so intimidating. You know what I mean? But they're proper fans, man. And I think the problem we've got, I think we've mixed all the fans up, and the fans who actually want to sing and actually want to shout, or actually want to get I think they're mixed families in there as well. That sort of stand, mate, should just be for the ultras. I mean, that should just be for the pure hard hitting fans who want to sing from minute 1 to minute 90. I mean, and make it a fortress. We need to make that a fortress. Coming, as I said, Matt, coming out that tunnel. I mean, as you go to Anfield, Matt, or like places like Dortmund and things like that, the players, the away team walks out that tunnel, mate, and they're hearing that and the fans, mate, flipping rocking. It'll send some jitters, mate. It sends some jitters, nerves into that team,
It does
innit?
me on the bloody TV, let alone there.
That's what I'm saying, mate. Just it makes you nervous. Wow, and it could be intimidating for some players as well. I mean, we haven't got that at Tottenham at the minute, have we? We need to. I think we need to impose that really, and Leverley need to change it. It really does, because that's that for some clubs. That's a 12th man for some clubs, isn't it? Really is. I mean, and going back to the Palace away, mate. Look how they cheer their fans on, cheer their team on, mate. I mean, the proper supporters, mate. Absolutely. And I'm not saying Spurs not proper supporters. I mean, we've got some great fun. It just looks like when we go away from home, you can see the ultras, and you can see the proper fans,
They're
Matt.
the ones who go. They're the ones who go
with the hard hitters, the ones who want to sing from minute 1. They're the ones who should be in that South stand. Do you know what I mean? They're the ones who should be rocking that stand. And I think we need to change the identity in that stadium a bit, mate. To be personally honest. Darcy's, I'd like to see a 3-4-2-1. Sanchez, Dyer, Romero, Reg, Højbjerg, Skip, Emerson, Ndombele, Mora, and Son. No Kane. Wow. I won't drop Kane. But I like your players coming in, pal, and giving your thing, but I won't drop Kane for this one. Not a chance. Darcy's, they're weak in midfield, so overwhelmed. Yeah, I totally agree with that one. Christopher says Tottenham Hotspur managing director Favre. Fabio Papachichi is now reportedly in talks to try and sign.
Good player he is.
Yeah, he is a good player. This dude, yeah. If we underestimate them, we're gonna lose simple. And THFC Curse, yes, Curse. Thanks for coming in, Curse. Big up, fellas. Paul Unifoot, yes, Paul. Even so, Matt, I think we should play three in defence with Region and Royale as wing-backs and Højbjerg and Onderbay as holding midfielders. We need to hit United with pace from the start. But don't get too complacent, so we don't get caught out on the counter attack. That's another way we can play. But me personally, I think
like
he will
Skip.
go with Skip and he will go with Skip and Pierre in there.
You can't drop Skip. He's been brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe if you're gonna go with that, Paul, drop Pierre and put a Skip in there because he hasn't done really nothing wrong, really, has he? But Paul, good to see you, pal. Good to see you in the chat. Lovely. Lars says, are you guys going over? Who are going over? Who would you like to see us? Who would you like to see as the 11? We'll get into that, Das. We'll get into that, matey. Absolutely. So guys, smash the like, guys. Share this channel over to as many friends and family as you can, guys. Get them to subscribe to the channel. And Matt, what player do you want to see a big performance from tomorrow? I think it's going to be an obvious one, but it may not be an obvious one. Matt, tomorrow, mate, there's a couple of players that need to turn up tomorrow, mate, and
I think the obvious one is Harry Kane. I think he's got to hold the ball up well. I don't want him to drop too deep. I want him to have shots. If he can, get a shot away, test the goalkeeper early. Try and get the crowd G'd up. Look like you want to be at the club. Give your all for the badge. I'm sure he is. He's just going through a bit of a out of form spell. And, all strikers do go through it, I think we need to see a big game from Son. I want to see him attack down the left-hand side. I want to see him drill it, go at Wan-Bissaka, go at Luke Shaw, sometimes swap the wings if you have to. Just try and alternate, try and mix it up a bit. Come inside, Hit them from the off. Get at them. Get that stadium rocking, and let's get this, let's get a run of games together and get back up that table.
Absolutely, because we've been winning this tomorrow, Matt. It's so weird. We're in a good position. You know what I mean?
I know.
And it doesn't feel like we've had a good season. It doesn't feel like we've lost 4 London derbies that I've never seen that happen.
No.
To us, 4 back-to-back. Seriously, it haunts me still. I'm still thinking about that. But tomorrow, Matt, you are correct. Harry Kane is probably the obvious one that needs to have a big game. We need to see the best of him. We know what a quality player he is, mate. He is a sensational player on his day. Probably one of the best number 9s in the world, to me personally.
Yep.
He's up there with the Lewandowskis and of the world. And he needs to start showing it again, Matt. He's fallen off the cliff a bit. And I believe he's got the ability. He's got the hunger still. I like to think he's got the hunger still, Matt. You know what I mean? To play for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, if he couldn't get his move, we have seen a complete different Harry Kane this year. But let's hope, mate. Games can change players. Let's hope he can have a good game against United and kicks on then for the rest of the season. Another player, Regs. I want to see a big game from him. He's been hot and cold this season. I think, do you agree there, Matt? Regs, he just needs to.
Yeah,
we need to see a big performance by Regs, isn't it?
Yeah, I think another one would. Because I think Ndombele needs a big game. So I haven't seen him perform in a big game yet in terms of what he did against Newcastle and Aston Villa. I need to see it against a better team. I need to see him get at United tomorrow with his skill.
Could you put Son in that, Matt? Could you put Son in that category?
What, for trying to he's our top scorer at the moment.
But
I think he tries, but he's been a bit off it recently.
Yeah, he has been off it. That's what I'm trying to say. He has been off it. And we can't. He's been off it, and we've got to call him out as well now, Matt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know he's our top goal scorer. I know without his goals, well, we've been this season so far, but he hasn't been great, has he? Really? Maybe it's something going on in there, Matt.
Well,
We don't know
maybe,
about.
but I don't think he's getting the service. I don't think that helps.
I'm not saying nowhere near, mate. Like he's well off it. You know what I mean? I just think he can do with a big performance tomorrow, mate. Innit? He can do with a real big
The whole
performance.
team could really. Let's be honest.
Yeah, we can go for the whole team, really, Matt. But they're the sort of players. Kane definitely. He's
I think
top of the
Kane's
street.
the biggest one for me. He's the one who needs to prove something and get back on it.
So guys in
quick.
the chat, tell us what player you think you want to see a big performance of tomorrow. I mean, we've got comments here. Well, we've Matt. PC Matt. Unless Kane, thanks for coming in, pal. Unless Kane sticks to what's that? What's he meant to say?
Is it midfield, maybe?
Midfield, he deserves to be dropped. He's slowing down teams' tempo up top. Was such dynamic with Son up top. Maybe we can convert back into that from last season when Jose, because that was great to see when Kane was dropping deep and with Son running off him.
I think teams are reading it a bit more now, though.
They clicked onto it, innit? They clicked onto it, Matt.
You shut the middle up, and
yeah. It's in the end, it was good to why it was lasting, but yeah, I think teams read us too well. But PC Matt, thanks for coming in, mate. Absolutely fantastic.
Sometimes we're too predictable, aren't we, to play? Like you just watch it, and you're like, oh.
Wow, no dropping Kane on paper. He's the best player. Those don't make sense. I might be wrong, but it seems like Mora has gotten so many crucial goals this season. I think.
He's only scored one.
Yeah. Has he scored one, Matt? Is it not scored in the league?
That was his first goal since February.
Well, is it? Oh, I thought he got one in the league as well. Christoph predicted United team: De Gea, Tiers, Maguire, Varane, Delau, Matic, Lingard, Fred, Rashford, Ronaldo. So if that team plays tomorrow, there's no excuses why we can't get out of that.
No Luke Shaw.
Yeah.
Matic, slow in midfield. It's a very open attacking team.
If that's the team, Chris, that you think that United may go with no excuses, we got to get out of that. We really got to get out of that team. They're there for the taking. And if they do beat us with a team like that, Matt, I'm sorry, but that's probably just another nail in Nuno's coffin there.
Especially with no Bruno in that team. Like, I can't see him not playing Bruno, to be honest.
Yeah, Bruno.
You never know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It can throw up a surprise.
If your job's on the line, sometimes you got to change it up, haven't you?
So Matt, the lineup. Who would you go with tomorrow? Then? Who would you? The lineup.
I'd go with the same team that played against West Ham. I do think we were good in the first half. I think there were chances there. We just had to score. I think there's a good balance there. I think the only thing I'd ask, I'd ask the wing-backs to bomb forward a little bit more. Try and not sit back as much. When you can get up the pitch, go and help. Stretch the team. Make overlap runs. Mora's struggling on the right-hand side. You make the run. Passes it down the right-hand side. Emerson can get it in the box. Get Kane, Son, players like that in the box. We've got chances. Like I said, treat it like, like your place is on the line, for Spurs. Like, take shots, put tackles in, be aggressive, play like Liverpool did, Get through that. If we break through that midfield and it's Matic in midfield, we'll have a field day, I reckon, because he hasn't got the legs for me in terms of pace. You can easily, if you can't get around that, then I really do worry for this team.
Absolutely, Matt. Yeah, and I'll totally agree. I'll go with the team. that beat Newcastle. I think that's the same team, was it? That beat West and that lost
It
to West
was,
Ham, was
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yeah. And so that's like Norris in goal, Emerson, Romero,
Yep.
Dyer,
Yep.
Reggs,
Yep. Skip, Højbjerg,
Skip, yeah, and Ondon Bailey, Lucas.
Morrison, and Ndombele, and Kane.
Yeah, absolutely. And to me, if that team goes out tomorrow, Jesus Christ, and United plays that team, what Chris said there, we should be eating these, Matt. I mean, like, we on the day, on the paper, we should be taking this team to the cleaner. But, mate, it doesn't happen. It's not as easy as that, is it, Matt?
No, it's not. But, if they're not playing, Shaw, Wan-Bissaka, arguably their best right back, and we're, being schooled by Diego Dallo, then we really have got big problems. I still think Lingard's a good player if he plays. I think he could cause us problems.
Evening, Cole. Evening, guys. We need players with some bite, like Romero and Højbjerg, and we just we don't have enough of them. Yeah, I totally agree. There. Well, we don't have enough of that winning mentality. If you want to call it that, bit of animal, bit of
well, we're not a nasty.
shithousery in there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we're a nice team again. Not under Pochettino, we're a bit nasty. We had that little bit of aggressive streak.
Yeah. And we need a couple of shithouses in there. You know what I mean? Like a Romero in it. I mean, and like Pierre could be one of them as well. Yeah. So Cole, I'd definitely agree with what you're saying there, matey. Dar says, I must be high enough at that. I think I mean drop more, put Kane and Son up front sub, who isn't performing for Mora or Delhi. We've got Toxic saying Nuno needs to motivate Kane, Son, Delhi and co. No one else to be blamed. Poch certainly did, and he motivated the group. I can see where he's coming from there, Matt. Where Pochettino did motivate these, and they got these that core there, what he's mentioned, going in it. He got them going in it, and
he did. But then obviously towards the end, he just couldn't do it anymore, could he? He couldn't quite get him up for it after that Champions League final, could he? But
that hit him for 6, and
that's been the trigger,
final.
Isn't it? I think, yeah.
Yeah. And do you think they'll drop Ronaldo?
I can't see that.
No, absolutely not. And Chris saying PSG are losing again. Wow. This is if PSG lose tonight, this will be it, isn't it? Oh,
yeah, but Lille are a good side. They won the league last year.
They've not been doing great this year, Chris. No. Matt, they've not been doing great. PSG with all that quality, mate, they should be beating teams like this at home. And the fans will be doubting his ability, Poch, and the players will as well.
But I've already heard the rumours saying if Poch becomes available, they'll sack Nuno straight away. So
yeah, do you know what? It'll be very interesting, Matt, if PSG loses and Tottenham lose tomorrow. I mean, let's see what the noise is about.
They might have already been on the phone to him, mate. You just never know.
But my only worry, Matt, with Poch coming back, they didn't really back him first time round, did they?
No, but I'll tell you what I'm liking. I'm liking the fact Paratici's already planning the next transfer window. He's looking at players he can buy, Tolisso, players like that. These are players from big teams. So Bayern Munich aren't exactly a small side.
I'll tell you now, if Zidane takes over United, some of the players he can bring from mate, unbelievable. That team, I don't know what it was, the Mirror. I saw the actual predicted team but after January transfer window. Wow, what a team!
Then I've heard Man United do want Poch as well because I think Alex Ferguson really likes him. I think they've met before, so it will be interesting.
And I think he'll go United over Tottenham. I really do think so.
You do?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, maybe
100%, mate. Cole says if Poch goes, watch Nuno get sacked straight away. Apparently, players are already turning on him.
I think the thing. I think
So
the thing.
Poch will go to United.
I
Yeah,
think the thing
but
with
he's a
me,
British
Simon,
lad.
is I think the players didn't quite realise what they had in Pochettino at the time. You know, especially when they lost the final, and then they've gone through so many shitters. You know, recently like Mourinho, like that. I think they'd embrace him to come back. To be honest, I think they would play for him again. But I do think he'd chip out a few, and then he'd bring in, you know, different players. But I mean, you don't know. Maybe PSG just isn't like his type of fit. Maybe spending all that. You know, there's so many egos at PSG. I think even Tuchel said it, didn't he? He came out the other week and said, it's much easier at Chelsea because I can just handle the players rather than the players' families as well. Right? Neymar and Mbappe and, you know, Di Maria and people like that, you have to look after all their families as well if you're the manager. So I do think there's that extra prima donna, or there's a lot of divas at PSG anyway.
Absolutely, mate. And Toxic says, "Where are Tottenham now without Poch? He motivated without backing for 5 years." That's what it means. Yeah. What do you reckon he means by that, Matt?
Well, I think he's sort of saying, you know, when I think he had to go Poch because I think obviously it got so bad that, you know, it had to happen, didn't it? But
Mm.
you kind of wish maybe we were just stuck with him and, you know, kind of let him get the players out and you know, almost get some youngsters back in and go again. I do think he deserved a chance of at least trying to turn it around. I really do. But obviously he had a way of motivating, you know, certain players. He brought us that style back. He loved the club. I think he got the culture of the club kind of from day one. Or well, maybe not from day one, but, you know, he was under pressure after his first 10 games. I remember that. But then, you know, he turned it around and, you know, went on a run, bought good players. And maybe with someone like Paratici, he could do, you know, better. I don't know. Maybe he knows what he did wrong at Spurs and he knows how to turn it around. But he knows as well that he's not going to be he's not going to be mucked around by Levy again.
Yeah, and that
Only
comment there.
he'll
That
only
comment
come in.
doesn't
I
feel
think
told one.
I think he'll only come in if he gets certain agreements and he wants it signed and put in writing. No more like gentlemen or like agreement sort of thing. It will be, I want this. You know, we'll need this to spend. You know, these are the players I want out. You give it to me in writing. You sign it. We'll talk. That's what I would do if I was Poch. I'd want a legally binding agreement contract type thing, so Levy can't go back on it.
Absolutely. And it just wraps up what Cole's trying to say here. Levy will have to back Poch, that's what Matt said there. If he come back or he'll be lynched. Yeah, I totally agree with that, Cole.
I think for me, I think Daniel Levy knows he's fucked it, to be honest. I think he knows he fucked it up massively with what he did to Poch. So, I don't know. Maybe it's too soon.
At the stage, Matt, at the stage, the money went around was there. The stadium was still within.
I mean, this time, at least he'll have money, I suppose. But
yeah, absolutely. So we come down to this, Matt. Prediction time. Yeah, very interesting, Matt. We always have a giggle about these predictions because we don't know how these games will go. Over the last couple of weeks, I have been putting Tottenham to the sword about a couple of losses. I did say we were going to beat West Ham, but that was a bit. I don't know what happened there. Where are we going to go from this, Matt? Predictions, Matt. Where's this game? Where's this game going to go, mate? And who's going to win this sack race, Matt? Who's going to win this sack race out of these two here? Who's going to come out on top?
I think it'll be I reckon it'll be quite a tight game, to be honest. I think both teams are, you know, probably let a bit low in confidence. Hopefully, with Spurs being at home, we can get the crowd on our side and, you know, like I say, get it rocking. You know, if we get an early goal, I'd fancy us. I really would. I'm going to be positive this week. I'm going to go. I think we'll nick it 2-1. I'll go 2-1 Spurs. I think we'll concede. but I think we'll come out and just about nick it. I don't think we're going to batter teams this year. Like I've said, I think it'll be close, sort of 2-1s, 1-0s. You know, I'm going to go 2-1, mate.
Interesting, because I was watching Fogden's Premier League preview. I watch it every week, and
Yeah, it's good that I
they
haven't
said,
seen this week's one.
yeah, it's quite good. And they're both gone for a draw, and Mikey, he went for a United win. Oh, Matt, why does this happen to me all the time? I want to say Tottenham. I want to trust us. We can. If that team, I'll go back to what Chris put out. We're playing against that team, which I don't think is going to be that team. No Wan-Bissaka, no Luke Shaw.
He'd be suicidal to do that, wouldn't he? But then maybe
team there, I can see Spurs rolling this team over. I can't see it being that team though. So to me, I fucking hate this. I really do.
Come on, Simon, give it to me, son. Go on.
I want us to win. I really do. It's at home, and that's the big advantage, and that's all I can say, Matt.
Yeah.
The fans have to do their job tomorrow. Whoever's going, guys, if you are listening to us, if you're going, please, just get that stadium rocking tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like what Anfield does, and like what other stadiums do. When they walk out of the stadium, make it a fortress.
Yeah, but even if you don't like Nuno or whatever, maybe just go there. If you're going tomorrow, go for the team, get it rocking. You know, maybe a result tomorrow will help the team push on. You just never
makes a hell of a difference, Matt. When that away team, mate, coming out of that stadium, coming out of that tunnel, mate, with the roar, the fans, mate. I mean, it's intimidating, Matt.
Yeah, it's
intimidating. Some players don't like playing them sort of conditions. No. Some players thrive in it. I mean, like the Ronaldos and Varans, I think that they've all seen it before, but some players don't, and Tottenham have to start taking a leaf at some of these clubs.
Yep.
I mean, the way they're fans, and they've got to get the ultras back in there. They really have in that south stand.
Yep.
We've built in south stand, as we called it, the white wall, and we've got to use it as a wall now. We've got to really get the proper fans in there. So that's what I said. The advantage on that side with the home. My heart's saying Tottenham, my head's saying United.
What's your head saying?
My head's saying 2-1 Tottenham. My heart's saying 3-1 United. I just think if United, with the Shaws of Sackers in there, Ronaldos and Brunos and Rashfords and Greenwoods, well, can we cope with this? If they will hit us I think they'll play on the counter.
Yeah, but they got to get it through midfield first. It's one in midfield tomorrow, I think.
I think if we start the game well, I think we'll just have enough just to nick it. I really do. But Kane has got to turn up tomorrow. For us to win it, Kane and Son has to turn up tomorrow. Yeah. If not, I can't see Spurs.
I mean, for me, it's not just about Kane scoring. It's about him holding the ball up. You know, really showing that aggressive side where you can't take the ball off him and get others into play, and then he runs into the box. You know, a bit later. He's got to hold it up tomorrow if we're going to play the long ball in. But yeah, so go on then. What are you going for?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Spurs just to nick it. And nick it 2-1.
As we're doing, I suppose, predictions, who's your prediction for tomorrow in the draw? Who do you think we're getting?
I think we're going to get West Ham.
I was thinking that. I think we're going to get. I think we're going to get West Ham at Tottenham.
There we go. So, guys, in the comments, in the Carabao Cup draw tomorrow, who do you think is going to come out of that draw? Who do you think Spurs are going to get?
It's about bloody time.
Toxic says Pop Glove Spurs, and we'll be back. We'll wait and see. Watch this space. THFC Curse, big up Curse. She's gone for United 3-1, Ronaldo 2, Slabhead 1, and a solid goal for us. Here you go, Matt. Not only me is thinking. I think Curse is thinking with her head there.
I'm trying to be positive. I've had a pretty good week. We're into the quarterfinal of the cup. I know it was only Burnley, but I need to.
Do you know what? A couple of years ago, Matt.
Being negative. I just need to.
A couple of years ago, I would
positive.
have said, "Do you know what? Tottenham buzzing, mate. We're going to win slightly, mate. This is what Tottenham does to you." Adam saying 1-1. Chris saying 2-1 United. Cole says maybe there wasn't massive backing for Nuno as Levy didn't want him. 3-1 Spurs this weekend. Kane is turning up tomorrow.
Wow, 3-1.
Yes.
If we win 3-1, I'll be buzzing.
Kane has to turn up. If Kane and Son don't turn up, we're not winning this game. It's as simple as that. I can't see where the goals are coming from after that.
What about, mate? We've got Bergwijn's quality.
Oh, yeah, Bergwijn. Yeah, what a quality player he is. Both. Adam says Ollie to win the sack race. Dar says I think it'll be a 2-2 and both coaches sacked at the end of the summer. Or Nuno will be sacked if Spurs don't finish in the top 6. That's his clause. That's his. So Dar saying end of the season. Dar saying sure, just hop down the frog and toad. Yeah, the frog and toad Manchester. Adam says our fans are always the 12th man. Yes, when they do, when they want to be, they want to be. That South Stand needs to be on it week in, week out when we're at home. You know what I mean? When you go to other grounds, doesn't matter how well they are on the table, right? What form they're on, they're consistent. The fans are consistent at other grounds. But to me, European fans, I think they're better than English fans. I really do. They're more love for their clubs, man. They're proper ultras. See, there's 90 minutes of Targum football. Fair play. Turgid football. Yeah, yeah. Me, I can probably see that as well. I can see where you're coming from. See, Chris saying Arsenal. Steve saying Liverpool. Kerr saying West Ham. Cole saying wish Sunderland. Probably Liverpool. Derek say Sunderland away. Adam say imagine if we get Arsenal. Kenny Ken actually put it on Twitter today. He tweeted saying he doesn't want Arsenal. He doesn't want Tottenham. It would be too stressful. And his words were Tottenham looks solid against Burnley. So that's why he didn't want. So big up Kenny Ken.
Plus, I think if we do get a London team, I think the players will be up for it. They're going to want revenge. They're not going to. Surely they'll turn up for a 5th one.
And Dar says, "Oh, it's at Spurs. It's at Spurs tomorrow. Yes, that's Spurs tomorrow." Dar's. So Matt's gone with a Tottenham 2-1.
I got 2-1.
I really did. I've gone with Tottenham 2-1. I've gone in the end. But man, we have to. It's got to be a big game.
Yeah, I am worried.
Got to be a big game.
I'll be able to tell you probably what the score will be after the first 5-10 minutes. Yeah, you normally know what Tottenham turn up in that first 5 minutes.
It's just their forward line, mate, and you know they're going to be on a wounded United team. Very angry. Angry.
You know, our forward line.
I wouldn't be surprised if Alex Ferguson as
team talk
turn up at that training ground this week and gave him an absolute telling off. Trust me, because him in that stand, mate, he weren't happy at all. He was absolutely furious. And he looked like he was the boss. And I think wouldn't be surprised if he did turn up at the training ground, mate, and gave him a few harsh words. I mean, and that's why I think United.
But then, if he's done that and I'm a player of Man United, I'm thinking, hang on a minute. I know Alex Ferguson's obviously the bloke up top, but this bloke, who's just had a go at, he's supposed to be my manager. He should be telling me this, not some old geezer who used to be a manager.
I can see where you're coming from, Matt. But Ollie's too soft, mate, too nice. Yeah, I don't think he's that kind of manager.
To be honest, mate,
it just needs someone like an Alex Ferguson, I don't
think these players, they've got so much player power nowadays and so much money. I don't think they care if they get a bollock in there. No, they're not going to get their wages deducted, whatever they do.
Absolutely. So, if they get rid of him, they're going to get a payout and things like that. So
get a payout and they'll go, new manager will come in. We'll see how he is.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to go with 2-1, same as Matt. and tight game. It's a good game actually this weekend. Leicester, Arsenal. That's a really good one.
Yeah, 12:30 tomorrow, isn't it? Yeah.
12:30. I can see Leicester winning that. Me personally, not being biased because of Arsenal, but
No, I do think Leicester have been playing a lot better recently.
yeah,
And I think Arsenal have been a bit.
Arsenal have been. I think I'm beaten in 10 games in all comps.
It's about time
They're,
they bloody lost again, isn't it?
yeah, it's
They
about
got
time
lucky. They got lucky against Palace. I'm sorry.
yeah, and they did take Villa to the cleaners. I think that was quite a good game.
I mean, so did we. So
Yeah,
well, I know we didn't score 3, but we still won. So
yeah, absolutely.
you know,
So guys, that's it. That's our preview. We're both thinking Tottenham win it, but they have to come out. They have to come out all gun blazing. The crowd has got to make it a fortress. Kane has to be on form. So has Son. And if that happens, we've got a good chance. I mean,
I'm gonna
that doesn't
really.
happen.
Yeah.
Oh, it's an angry United side we're playing it.
Yeah.
And people's got to forget the 5-0 against Liverpool because this team will be they'll be up for it.
I think for tomorrow, I'm going to try and be a bit more positive watching the game, and I'm just going to try and get up for it, and we'll see what happens.
Absolutely.
I can't keep doing this negative stuff. It just drives me insane. Honestly, it does, though, doesn't it? How hard is it? I don't think people understand how hard it is to do these streams when we're going through like a really bad time at the moment. It is so dry. I don't like talking about negative stuff about my football club. I hate it.
That's what it's bringing, mate. That's what it's bringing to us, isn't it? Absolutely. And it's a big game for Nuno as well tomorrow, Matt. It really is a big game for Nuno. He needs to show. He needs to show what's his worth. You know what I mean? At his club, he needs to show a bit of what he's got. We've got to see all his tactical ability tomorrow. We've got to see everything. Can he change it when it's not going our way and things like that? Has he got a plan B? Things like that. I don't think he has, but I hope he proves me wrong. I really do. But Ollie, I still say he's under the biggest pressure because of his Liverpool defeat. It's 1-1 now against PSG and Lille. Cole said that's why I'm all right. There's some comments here. Wait on about, but sorry, mate. Cole says I didn't think Kane can have any more lackluster performances, judging by Højbjerg's reaction midweek. Curse, good show, guys. Curse, thank you very much. Adam, thank you very much. Well, what a legend Adam is as well. Great show as always, lads. Curse says that I've noticed Højbjerg going mad at him too, Cole. Yeah, we need more on this in the team. You know what I mean? And Cole says 1-1 for PSG there. Cole saying this is why I'm being positive, or it's a long old season. Curse says I get it completely, Matt. That's why Ollie. That's why one of the reasons why I stepped back from streaming because we was consistently losing and it was draining. Repeating myself. Yes, curses. It isn't nice when you got to keep streaming when your team's losing badly and it's not performing and it's not going well. But the luck's got to change in it. The luck's got to change. Tide's got to turn. It's got to turn in our way, hopefully. And let's hope big performances from big players tomorrow. You know what I mean? Harry Kane does love his futures. So does Son. You know what I mean? So does Bergwijn. He loved the goal against United as well. So is Lucas as well.
I feel like someone like Bergwijn is due a goal. I don't know why. Just for some reason.
Yeah,
I feel like it's been too long, you know. But
we need to grab hold of the game from the word go. You know what I mean, we've got to let United know we're there. The defence need to let the likes of Ronaldo and Rashford put a flipping tackle straight away. Let them know they're there. You know what I mean, we've got to be nasty tomorrow. We've got to be, as Jose said, we've got to be the cunts, the intelligent cunts. You know what I mean? We've got to go over that sort of attitude against United, and if we did, and we've got a good chance, we really have. And I hope, do you know what? And I just hope for Kane's sake as well, he gets a goal too. I mean, and hoping that he can kick on. This could be a turning point for Kane and for Spurs as well. You know what I mean? Because we can all be sitting at Christmas saying we're in the top four. Kane's scoring goals again. Nuno's doing a good job. We don't know, do we? Football's a funny old game. It really is. It can throw up anything. But tomorrow, as I said, we need to be them sort of cunts what Jose did try and get across to these players. And Cole says, Jose, I think they are all getting fed up with it with Kane. Derek says, Ollie loses tomorrow. He is out. Everyone click the like button. Curse, thank you very much. Yeah, click the like button, as Curse said. Subscribe to the channel as well if you already haven't. Get your family and friends on it, guys. Even if they don't want to watch me and Matt chat away most all the time. So yeah, Cole says, I just want to be able to get to the end of the match and say we were amazing, start to finish. It'll feel, yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is what them sort of times need to come back, innit? Not, oh, we're lucky against that. Oh, we was lucky again. You know what I mean? I want to see that sort of from start to finish. And big games, big players win big games. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm hoping for tomorrow.
Wow. Just heard from like a report. I don't know how true it is, but it says Manchester United are prepared to wait until the summer to replace Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Wow. There you go.
I reckon they're waiting for Conte.
Maybe. And Kurt says Højbjerg and Ronaldo both have short tempers. Wonder if we'll see something fun tomorrow. Pierre he's a shithouse, isn't it? He's a shithousery. He will get at Ronaldo because he knows, as you said, Kurt, he's very short tempered. He'll wind him up, and if Pierre knows it's going to wind him up, he'll keep going at him. And that's what sort of player Pierre is. But I don't want that to happen. Me personally, I just want Pierre's contract and his game, pushing Tottenham forward and trying to win the game for us. And nothing silly. Don't get involved in that. Because Ronaldo's a clever player. He's been there, seen it, done it. He's got people sent off in the past. He's a very clever man. I mean, so we need to steer clear of that sort of side of Ronaldo. And Corey's coming to Spurs leave the out. Christopher, are you on Sat night? I'm working till 10 p.m. I won't be back to about 11. So yeah, I don't know when me and Matt. Sunday, I finish at 6. So I don't know what time I'll be back after that one. So Dave, Matt's available. I think Matt's working Sunday, isn't it, Matt? You said?
I finish at 5, so I can be back for like 6.
Oh, we could probably do one about 7, 8 o'clock, something like that, mate, on Sunday. Yeah, a catch up. Yeah. So here you go, Chris. Not tomorrow, because time I get home, 11 p.m, not a chance. I'll be so tired. Cole said, I saw that Ollie's still at the wheel. I bet the players are loving that report if true. Come you Spurs. Yeah, so guys, thank you for everyone who joined the chat tonight. Absolutely fantastic crowd. As Kurt says there, make sure you smash that like, guys. Subscribe if you already haven't. And let's hope for important results tomorrow. And hope it goes our way. Matt, any last thoughts, mate?
Thanks for everyone for obviously watching. Stick behind the team. I know me and Simon obviously, Nuno out. We don't like the manager, and a lot of us are, but I just think we've got to get behind the team. I just want. We don't hate Nuno. We just want him to play attractive style of football. I don't think that's too much to ask for. Hopefully, as he's getting used to the job, he'll start to unleash the shackles. But time will tell. Harry Kane, you need a big game tomorrow. Tottenham play well tomorrow, and please give us 3 points. That'd be great.
Absolutely. And Vinard and Cole said, great show, lads. Thanks, Cole, for coming in. And Vinard, yes, Vinard. He's saying we'll win 2-1. Yeah, same as me and Matty. So, as I said, guys, thanks for everyone who's tuning in tonight. It's been a few of you. Some regulars always come in and support this channel. So keep it coming, guys. So next one, guys, it will be the day after tomorrow. It will be Sunday evening. So we'll be coming back with our fans calling and a match reaction to whatever happens tomorrow. I mean, and we're hoping it's a Tottenham win. So like, subscribe, share, guys. As I said, from myself, Premier Hotspur TV, I've been Simon. This has been the co-host Matt, as always.
Thank you, guys. Have a good evening.
Yeah, have a fantastic evening, guys. What's left of it, and have a fantastic weekend if you're off. Enjoy the game. Go and enjoy the weekend as well. And the weather's not great, and wherever you are in the country, it looks like it's been incredible. It's shocking weather, especially Sunday here in Blackpool. It's weather warning flooding, so it's gonna be horrendous over this weekend. So let's hope our mighty Spurs brings us a bit of sunshine over this very terrible weather we're having. And so good night from me, Premier Hotspur TV, and co-host Matt. And let's hope we do get the results. And come on, you Spurs! Come on, guys!
Come on, you Spurs! Come on!
Come on, you Spurs! Come on, leave me out, Phoenix out, Nuno out as well.
Nuno out.